Good day, everyone. This is Cheryl from Joyly Studios. And as you can see, I'm sitting in my beautiful Joyly chair that we're going to be carrying around the country and having people sit in it and talk about joy. So Miss Jessica Lynne, if you were here or if we were in our studio or at an event, you would be the person in the hot seat. So
Oh, that's a lovely chair.
isn't it lovely? So unfortunately, or fortunately, we get to do this via live stream and still talk about you and how you're an amazing influencer of joy right now. So thank you for joining me. I'm very excited.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about who you are, like what's your, current project, and a little bit about the background and what got you there, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, my name is Jessica Lynne, born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am the president and founder of Until the Pieces Fit, which is a nonprofit organization here in Las Vegas. And how I got to forming this organization was I worked in the field of autism for about 8 years with the Clark County School District. But prior to that, I just attended a simple class giving you training and facts about autism. It was fairly new to me. I was extremely intrigued by it. So what I did, I took it upon myself at the time when you didn't have to be licensed. I made me a flyer that said I was a tutor, that I can help students with who have autism advance in their skills. I passed them out actually at my mom's school because she had about 4 autism programs at the school she worked at, and parents just start contacting me. And once I got into it, I was just overjoyed with the changes that I can make for families and students. And that's how I got to forming my own nonprofit organization and actually working in the field of autism still to this day.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. And so you started your own nonprofit just recently. So my first question to you is, what gives you joy? Like, I just want to pop up our formula here real quick and just remind people that our Joyly formula is all about finding your joy, being your joy, and sharing your joy. And obviously you have found your joy through autism, and it just gets you up in the morning. So tell me a little bit about how it is you decided to be the founder of a new organization called Until the Pieces Fit. Like, what's the driving force behind that?
I think the driving force for me was me seeing that there was a lot of individuals, families, and students that just weren't getting the services that they needed. Unfortunately, it was more geared towards the minorities, African Americans, Hispanics. They just weren't either having access to the services or they didn't know. And so I thought to myself, you know this field, you've been doing it for a while, you have friends that know this field and support you. Why not form your own organization and you can drive it and make it to what you want it to be and tailor it to each individual family?
So tell me a little bit about the kids. So obviously it's about the kids,
Mhm.
and I know you want to provide resources, and that's really awesome, but tell me some stories about how you're being in your joy every day. Like, how are you showing up? What is your role? What do you have to do?
So for some students or kids, I go directly to their homes and provide these services for them. So it may be working on skills that typical students may have and they don't have, such as, knowing objects in the around their house. They don't know how to identify them. I've also had a family, my very first family, actually, they were my second family I worked with. I love them. She had 2 kiddos with autism, and they never would go anywhere in the community with her besides to the McDonald's drive-through in the grocery store. And one day, the Lego movie came out and they wanted to take them to the movies. And I was their first time that they took their kids to the movies. I went with them, their entire family went, and they just thoroughly enjoyed it. And that brought me so much joy because it was like this family has never had an outing together collectively and felt confident that their child wouldn't have a tantrum or they wouldn't be judged or people wouldn't be staring at them, and they just had such a good time. And that was the one time when I was like, oh, I love this.
That is such a phenomenal story. Look at you. You're just like beaming with
Yeah, those
with
are my
joy.
people. I love those
Those
kids.
are your people. Now
Still
you
to this
service,
day.
yeah, you service, you have lots of resources, not just for autistic families. Is that right?
Absolutely, yes. We also service disadvantaged youth. So that's youth that are homeless, struggling in their household, low income. And that passion came from my family. For over 10 years now, my family feeds the homeless and the impoverished in the community, all fully funded out of our own pockets.
Wow.
Some donations from the community. Actually, today we passed out sack lunches for students in a neighborhood located in West Las Vegas, and we just had them sandwiches, chips, fruit, juices, and we just walked around and passed them out to the kids.
That's so amazing.
Because with this coronavirus going on, there's so many students that aren't eating
Yeah.
because they depend on the school to eat. And so we want to make sure that we can bless some people, and get a meal for the day.
Tell me some of the joy that you might have seen when you were doing that. Like, what was the response? And, was it kind of did you get to see anybody?
Yes, the students will come up, the kids, they will come, the families were so thankful and appreciative. Last week, a little girl wrote my mom actually a card. Like, she ran in the house really quick and gave her a coloring sheet and wrote on there, "Thank you so much." And I was like, that is just what it's about. It's about blessing people. It's about bringing joy to people, especially in a time like this where
Wow.
it's so hard for families.
That is so beautiful. So, thank you, first of all, Jessica, for just having the wherewithal, even to think about having the opportunities or to find the opportunities to spread joy right now. I just think that so many people are doing good things, and I think it's just really fun to highlight them. So let me ask you this. So there are lots of ways that people are sharing joy in the world, the thing that gives them passion, maybe not just now, but all the time. But sharing is really about facilitating and coaching and just a deep level of connectedness in the human race. In fact, one of my friends, Dr. Benoit Tano, said that until we can get people connected and be joyful, all of humanity, we can't really work on all of the human problems, all of the global crises and all of that thing. So
Absolutely.
if you were to do something or ask the world that's out here listening to you right now for ways or different things that people could share with you to give you more opportunities to share your joy in the world, what would that be?
I would say one, just as an individual, even if it's not with our organization, just be compassionate to others in what they're going through, because we never know. So it's about smiling. It's about saying hello. Um, I know this is not a time to be hugging each other, but when it is time, give each other a hug. But as far as individually supporting our organization and our efforts to spread joy and light to families, I say liking a post, sharing a post. You can even donate to us because we are a nonprofit organization. So a lot of things that we do are funded either by donations or out of my personal pocket, because I'm that passionate about what I do that I don't mind spending my personal money. So that is a way that you can spread joy or just acknowledge what we're doing, like you're doing here today on your platform.
That is so cool. And what is the website if somebody wanted to donate?
We are www.untilthepiecesfit.org. You can donate directly on our website. You can donate via PayPal. It's the same handle as our social media, Until the Pieces Fit LV. Mail us something or just DM us and we can guide you in the right direction. Someone on our team can.
Awesome. Let's give a little shout out to some of those amazing people that we put up at the beginning here that are on your team. Like tell me how many people are on your team and what's everybody doing right now?
It is a total of 10 of us. So we have a community liaison person who reaches out to the community for donations, see how we can partner with them at events. I have Jasmine Orr. She is one of our board members. She is a licensed social worker. Very amazing. She works with the disadvantaged youth and children with autism. My secretary, my treasurer are also great. Also, Angela Tripp, she is our director, and she was actually a previous supervisor of mine who has over 25 years of experience in autism. She basically taught me everything I know.
That's
So she's
awesome.
an amazing addition to our team, and she can help guide families on how to just cope with these things. She's also a licensed MFT. So we have someone on our team for almost everything that someone needs. If you need family counseling, if you need individual counseling, if you just need an ear to listen, we are available for that.
And are the kids okay right now with everything going on? Or that they're probably not getting near the amount of services, but you're doing some virtual stuff?
Yes, I'm doing some virtual stuff. I do have one kiddo that I do still go out to his home. and see him, but I only go for an hour 3 times a week. And I just go out there, touch bases with the family. If they feel it's not comfortable at the time for me to come out, they'll just, contact me via text message or phone. But we're always available to help, even if there's been families that have reached out to us for food. And we'll get them a food bag, some groceries so they can cook dinner for their family that night. We're also working on getting some, when this COVID-19 goes away, respite care, so that families parents can go out and have a good night with their husband or their wife, and
Yes.
someone can watch their child for them while they do so.
That's beautiful. Well, Jessica, Lynne from Until the Pieces Fit, thank you very much. I'm just going to leave this with me asking you one more amazing question. We're
Okay.
always looking for influencers of joy. So if anyone's out there listening that somebody that is doing much of what Jessica's doing, please let me know. But Jessica, for those all listening, if you could just share maybe some ways or opportunities that maybe personally or in your business that you could wait, that's not what I want to know. Hold on, that was the wrong question. I want to know what you would suggest to people to be influencers of joy, doing more like you are. Wow, that was a tough thing to say.
I got it though. I got it. What I would say is, if you are slightly intrigued by wanting to be an influence of joy, I would say just start with a simple smile. It doesn't hurt to smile at someone when you pass by someone, to say hello, ask them how their day is going. It's just nice to be nice. So I say being pleasant, that's a small way that you can start spreading joy. And then just tap into your own self and see what it is that personally brings you joy, and how can you share that with others to enhance someone else's life.
What a pleasure and treasure to have you on our show and in Joyly Studios today. So I congratulate you on the may I say?
Go ahead. I'm gonna tell everyone on Sunday, so it's fine.
Go ahead.
I'm expecting a baby, so it's my first child. So I'm
Yes.
excited about that. So that's another piece of joy that's going to be brought to my life. But I'm going to still continue to spread joy to everyone else.
Thank you very much for sharing. You have a beautiful day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much for having me.